What's up, warriors? I hope that you are well and that you are really just putting in the work to thrive because we can all get there someday. It's possible. I want to thank you for tuning in, for listening, for viewing, however you're consuming this content, right? Thank you. And in this episode, we are going to hear from my friend who is also a warrior. All right. She has journeyed through this journey to parenthood when it was dark, desolate, and debilitating, okay? And I am so excited for her to share a portion of her testimony. All right, now we're going to do it in parts because her story is so great. And I know that there was at least one of you who was like, girl, you got us with all these stories from the Bible. What are people from the day? Because, all these years ago, I'm trying, but so I said, you know what? They need people who are living right now to come and testify to them. And so that's what we're gonna do. And this is our very first guest. And I'm so excited, and I want you to give me grace for camera angles and all that stuff. I don't have no production company, all right? We're using what we have, and you should be listening more so to what is being said rather than what it looks like. All right. That's what I'm saying. So without delay, let's get into it.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. I'm open and hoping that my journey can inspire and give hope to someone else.
Yes, it will. They don't know, but it will. What's one area of your life that you're working on right now to maybe enhance or improve?
So right now, I'm just working on trying to find myself again.
What do you mean by that?
Just outside of motherhood and being a wife. Something I wanted for so long, and I put so much into it, which isn't a bad thing. But just trying to find out what I like again, what's important to me, and just find fulfillment for myself outside of motherhood and being a wife.
How are you doing that?
Therapy, trying to connect closer to God and hear His voice and take His direction. Um, and just trying to be the best version of myself and prioritizing myself and realizing that it's okay to prioritize myself.
I who's not on YouTube, but I look at things on YouTube and I see how some moms, that's one thing. Sometimes that can happen, right? Because you just want to make sure your kids are well and their every need is met and that they're satisfied, right? And sometimes it's like you think you can't be satisfied if they're not satisfied. But it's so good that you're taking the time to prioritize yourself. And that's okay because you need to. I think, how are you going to be a great anything if you're not a great Sharday?
Yeah.
You're not a great you first and foremost. How are you going to be a great anything else?
Yeah.
Have you learned anything interesting about yourself since you started to prioritize you and figure out what you like and dislike?
I'm still trying to figure that part out. I am learning though that I have a lot of healing from inside that I have to do. So I just gotta do the work to heal from the inside so that I can be the best version of myself, like I said before.
Who is the best version of Sharday?
That's a good question. I would say the best version of myself is someone that is just confident and not care what people think. Just because I didn't really think that about myself, that I cared what people thought about me. But the older I get, I realize like just the society we live in, you kind of internalize those things and kind of compare yourself to other people's lives. And um find validation in things that really doesn't matter. So I would say just being confident in who I am,
Mhm.
the choices that I make, and be comfortable saying no if I want to prioritize myself and not go to this event or go to this party or this dinner. If
Mhm.
I just want to sit at home and be by myself,
Mhm.
that it's okay. Yeah.
I love that though. You said something, and I'm going to use that as a segue into your journey to motherhood, parenthood.
Mhm.
You said you're working to come out of um, comparison and
Mhm.
comparing your life or what you have going on to someone else's. And um, is this like people on social media, or is this like real life, or both?
I would say a combination
Okay.
of both
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
just the mainly like the messages that like our society like sends to us. I feel like what is like a good life,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and there's no one definition of what is considered a good life
Mm-hmm.
or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, just kind of writing that for myself.
Yeah. Were you ever in a place where you were like, you felt like your life wasn't good because you were not a mom?
Absolutely. Yes. Because I always thought that having children would just be part of my story, that I would get married and we would have kids and it wouldn't be a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Never crossed my mind that I would have issues
Mm-hmm.
getting pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So when it didn't happen in a timely manner like I thought it would, then yeah, I definitely questioned
Mm-hmm.
that and, a lot of why questions.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't it happening for
Mm-hmm.
me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what about me? I'm a good person. And
Mm-hmm.
then see everyone that's around you having babies that may not be in a what you think is a great situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you think it's just not fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you. So I did jump a little bit, right? You are married, of course. How long have you been married?
I have been married for 14 years now.
14 years.
Mhm.
Wow.
Crazy to say, it doesn't feel like it, but it's been 14
14
years.
years.
Mhm.
How did you and your husband meet?
So our stories are different. If you ask him, he says one thing. If you ask
Mhm.
me, I say another thing.
Of course.
So we first met when we were young, grade school.
Mm-hmm.
Just in passing, we had friends that knew each other, so we see each other in passing. But as adults, we ran into each other at work. I was a nursing assistant, he was a paramedic,
Okay.
and we just kind of
Were you in the same hospital?
well, I worked for the hospital, he did transport. He was in and out,
He would
picking up
come to that
patients.
hospital. Okay.
Yeah.
How old were you when you first like laid eyes on him?
When we like reconnected
Yeah.
as adults,
Mm-hmm.
I was 24,
Okay.
23, 24.
What were
Mhm.
your thoughts when you first saw him? Did you did you think, oh, that's my husband?
Absolutely. No. I was just like, "Oh, I remember him," because Art was really short.
Mm-hmm.
He was really short when we were younger, and I was just like, "Oh, I remember him."
Mm-hmm.
So I just went up to him like, "Hey, you're, Brandon Beecham's cousin, right?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I am." I'm like, "Remember me? I'm sure that" he like, "Yeah." He didn't really remember me at that time,
Mm-hmm.
but he acted like he did. We were, just chit-chatting and catching up, and then before he left, he was like, "Hey, can I get your number?" And I'm like, "Sure." Thinking like we would just connect, hang
Mm-hmm.
out, be friends,
Mm-hmm.
and here we are 14 years later.
Yep. Now you're married.
Now we're married.
Um, when you were thinking back to 23, 24, were you thinking about motherhood at the time?
Um, Probably vaguely.
Mm-hmm. What were your, if you can remember, what were
Mhm.
your thoughts?
We'll say I've always just seen myself as a mother. I remember probably younger than 20s. Yeah, well, younger than 20 because I thought for some reason I thought 19 would be the perfect age to become a mom. And this is when I was like 11, 12. I'm like, when I turn 19, because I would be still young and I want to be a young mom.
Okay.
I remember. Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I thought 19 was the perfect age because my parents had me, I believe, in like their early 20s, like 22, 23. So I'm like, yeah, I want to be a young mom. I think it would be great. And I don't even know if I thought about being married at that time. I'm just like, 19 is a good age because I'm an adult. So I thought that would be a great age to have kids.
Yeah. What were you actually doing at 19?
Not ready for children at all. I was just still in college, just living life, not very responsible yet, but yeah.
So, okay. You and your husband met, and then some time went on. Talk about when you knew that was your husband.
Before we even became official, like a couple, we were hanging out all the time. So after we exchanged numbers, I invited him to my graduation party from college. He came. He knew some people there that he knew just from his growing up. And then we were just kind of dating, and I was like starting to like him a little bit. And then he started telling me that he has sickle cell, which I already knew. I remember from being younger, but he didn't know. So he just was kind of opening up, telling me how he had sickle cell and all the health complications that he's been through with it. And then I was like, oh, wow. And then I remember like kind of backing away. I'm like, I kind of like him, but I'm not trying to fall too deep because I don't want to like marry this man and then he's sick and then I have to be a caregiver. And I was like, no. But that's like the first time that I heard like the Lord's voice. Because prior to meeting him, I was like studying the book of James. I took like a month and I journaled and journaled, just read those chapters over and over. And I was driving in my car and I was just thinking about like, he's nice, but I don't want to get attached because he got too many health issues. And then I just heard the Lord's voice when I was driving my car, and he was like, Sharday, where's your faith? And then I was like, oh, okay. It just like hit me because I've never like heard his voice like that. So I just trusted God and was like, okay, I'm gonna see what happens. And then I allowed myself to like go all in and to the relationship, and we got married. Um, I'm glad that I followed the voice of the Lord for sure. Arthur has been just amazing husband. He really has. And our journey together has just matured us and grown us in just ways that I don't think would have happened if I didn't just follow the voice of the Lord.
If it wasn't specifically him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. So, all right, you're married. When did you and your husband have to talk about children?
So we talked about it probably early marriage, probably before we got married, because he didn't want to have children right away. He wanted to wait a couple years, kind of travel, do things. I'm like, I'm done with that. Learn how to get married. I'm like, 2 years. Let's wait 2 years at least and kind of go from there. And he wanted kids, but it wasn't like urgent for him. Like he could have waited 5, 6 years and like been okay. But I was kind of getting anxious. So I'm like, I'll get on birth control because we don't want to have kids right away. After a year, I'm like, maybe let's get off birth control and just kind of see what happens. So tried and didn't even think of it. I honestly thought I was going to be the person that like tried for a month or two and then just get pregnant. I thought it was that easy.
Let's talk about, okay, you say you tried. Trying can look a lot of different ways, right? When you say you were trying, what do you mean? Like, what were you doing that makes you say you all were
Basically
trying?
just stopping birth control at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you weren't like tracking your temperature,
No.
you were just like not preventing.
Yeah, not preventing. In my mind, it was just going to happen because you're not on birth control, and that's what happens when you're not on birth control, you get pregnant.
Where did that thought or that belief come from? That the belief that you try or you don't prevent, you're not on birth control, and a month or 2, 3 boom, you're gonna be pregnant.
Mhm.
Where do you think that belief came from?
I think just what I saw,
What did you
and what I
see?
didn't see.
Uh,
I didn't see that, a lot of people had trouble issues getting
mhm.
pregnant.
And
I just
when who were your reference points? Like people you knew, people you didn't know, everybody?
combination,
Mm,
people from high school, we
mhm.
had girls at high school that were pregnant.
Mhm.
Family members, like my mother has 2 daughters. So my
Mhm.
grandmother had 3 daughters. Each of the 3 daughters had children. They all had 2 daughters. So,
Mhm.
and it just wasn't like a conversation
Mhm.
growing up. So
Mhm. Mhm.
then I think probably TV back then,
Mhm.
movies
Mhm. Mhm.
show that you're supposed to get married, have the house, have babies, have the dog, that's just the order of life,
Yeah.
that it just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you said that because that's what formed my belief
Mhm.
about what the journey to mother, and I'm laughing, but it's not funny.
Mhm.
What the journey to motherhood would be like.
Yeah.
What the journey to parenthood would be like, right? Month or 2 or 3, whatever. Boom, bam, you're pregnant because
Mhm.
that's what happens.
Mhm.
That's what happened for my aunts. That's what happened for my cousins.
Mhm.
And that's what happened on TV,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
So I'm glad that that was your that you said that, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what built that belief
Mhm.
that it would just happen 2, 3 months,
Right.
boom, bam.
Boom, bam.
All right. So about a year in, you all stopped preventing.
Mhm.
And then at what point did you grow a concern?
Mhm. I would say maybe month 4, like after that 3 months, it's like,
Mhm.
"Oh, wait, what's going on?"
Mhm.
So then maybe after month 4, I probably started Googling some tips, like
Mhm.
how to get
Mhm.
pregnant. Um
You Googling. Google.
Yep. Doctor
Girl, the
Google.
stuff we do. What did you get from Google that you actually tried that you remember?
Probably, just timing, because I never knew, like, I remember in school learning about health, women's health,
Mhm.
but, like, ovulation is a short window.
Mhm.
Never knew that.
Mhm.
So kinda, like, learning that, a week after your cycle ends, that next week
Mhm.
is when you ovulate,
Mhm.
so that's the
Mhm.
best time for conception. So, that's we kinda just did that,
Mhm.
not really, like,
Mhm.
tracking, but just like, "Okay, this week, let's
Mhm.
try because we should get pregnant this week
Yeah.
if we try this week."
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
And then following Google's advice, what happened next in your journey that you remember
Mhm.
after you tried, you know, specifically focusing on the week after,
Mhm.
your period of ovulation?
Yeah. Trying that, nothing. Try that for a couple months, nothing. Um, and then just started getting discouraged. So I remember looking up on Google, seeing that if you go a year without trying, I
Mm.
mean, a year with trying,
Mhm.
and you're not successful to get pregnant, then you're considered like infertile. And I
Mhm.
was like, absolutely not.
Rebuke that. Okay.
Yes, that is not me. So I just was that's when I started getting anxious because I didn't want that like
Mhm.
label or title
Mhm.
on me. So when we get closer to the year mark, 9, 10 months, it's still not happening. Um, then finally, I think after a year, decided to just go to the doctor to kind
Mhm.
of see what their
Mhm.
thoughts were.
How long had you been married at that time?
At that time, we were probably about 2.5 years because we didn't wait the full 2 years like we originally said. We waited a year after marriage.
Mhm.
So at that time, we were probably a little over 2 years
Mhm.
married before we decided to go see a doctor.
Okay. Okay, you go to the doctor. What happens?
So,
And I want you to be as specific about like what did they say that you needed to do? Whatever you're comfortable sharing,
mhm.
what was the process, right? What did they look at? What did they say you needed to do? What did they even, and then what did they conclude?
So first went with my OBGYN, let her know.
You started there.
Started there. And she's like, okay, well, we'll refer you to an infertility doctor. She didn't really do much from what I remember. Refer me to an infertility doctor. Go see this infertility doctor. He just sits us in his office, does a consultation, no blood work, no exam, just talking to us. And he's like, oh, you know what? Let me backtrack. Because we saw 2 different doctors. The first doctor that we saw, he was an older guy, been doing it for years. He did do some blood work, did an exam, and had Arthur give a sample. And he's like, well, the issue is male, like the sperm issue. It was a sperm issue according to this doctor. So he's like, I can get you pregnant. There's no issue. Like we can do IUI, which is where they do it. It's called intrauterine insemination. But you're gonna need a sperm donor. Basically, is what he told us.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And he said, I can get you pregnant.
He said, I can get you pregnant. You just
Oh
get a
my
sperm
goodness.
donor. He was like, it's not an issue. I can get you pregnant. You just need a sperm donor.
Did
and
he,
obviously,
look, my next question, did he get you pregnant?
he did not.
He did not. Okay.
He did not. And sperm donor wasn't an option for me.
No.
It wasn't. So we did try like IUI, didn't work. So we went to another doctor, get a second opinion, infertility specialist. This guy, he pulls us in the office. He doesn't do any blood work, doesn't do any exams. He just kind of listens to our story. We tell him what we've done so far, how long we've been trying. And he's like, well, with what you guys are telling me, it's like a 1% chance, less than 1% chance that you guys will get pregnant on your own. Maybe a 5% chance with IUI, maybe like a 15% chance with IVF. So I think you should just move forward with IVF.
With IVF. At that time, what was your understanding of IVF? Well, let's back up. Did you even know what IVF was when you were when you had come off birth control?
I've heard of it, just being in the medical field, because I am a nurse. So I've heard of it. I didn't know what it entailed exactly, but I've heard of the term and had a little bit of knowledge.
So you two made the decision to do IVF?
Not right away.
Not right away.
No.
To talk about that, because when the doctor said that that's your best bet, and it likely won't happen if it likely won't happen if you don't do IVF. I'm just thinking about stuff. But anyway, what were your thoughts and like your response, and how did you process that together as husband and wife?
We were very upset. We left the office. I left the office in tears, crying. Probably was crying in the office because he just was very just direct. No like compassion, no empathy, no hope, really. Just like pretty much, I could do IVF and it's likely going to fail as well, but we can give it a try, basically. So we were very defeated, and didn't really know where to go from there. So another thing, IVF is very expensive, so it kind of wasn't even an option for us. It wasn't a realistic option because we didn't have thousands of dollars to pay for it. So we just start trying other things on our own, like changing our diet, eating certain foods. We just tried to do more like natural routes, things that we kind of found on Dr. Google. And
come on, let's talk about some of the things you remember that y'all did.
'Cause, since we learned there was, like, a sperm count issue,
Mhm.
I was looking up ways to and boost your sperm count, so I
Mhm.
found, like, vitamins, have Art take these vitamins. They were tearing his stomach up, but he was still trying, and then I read red foods, red vegetables, so strawberries, red peppers, eat this, trying to change up his diet.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of different medications that I've seen on Google that supposedly had good reviews.
Mhm. Mm. You recall what some of those things were?
One of the things was macaroon. I
Macaroon. What
remember
the heck
buying
is
some. I think it's like a herb.
And what was that supposed to help? Macaroon.
It's supposed to help with like sperm production,
Mhm.
maybe
Mhm.
motility.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How long did you all spend using Google as your
For a good while, I would say for years, because
you
we didn't really talk about it with like our very, very close family
Mhm.
knew some details, but
Mhm.
as far as other people, we didn't really talk about it. So it was just kind of whatever I would Google or see. So whatever would just kind of come across my timeline or the internet, I would just give it a try.
It wasn't something that you all talked about. Why not?
I think embarrassment.
You were embarrassed.
For sure.
Why?
Because I don't know anyone else in my family that has struggled having children,
Mhm.
especially to this degree.
Mhm.
So feel like something is wrong
Mhm.
with you.
Mhm.
Um, so you just don't want people looking at you and judging you and feeling
Mhm.
sorry for you
Mhm.
and telling your business and
Mhm.
oh, they can't have
Mhm.
kids or touch a wound, Lord, because
Mhm.
she trying to have a baby, Lord, touch a wound.
Oh
And
my goodness.
people
We
mean
could do
well.
it.
Sometimes, they mean well, but
They do. So you have this sense of shame. I'm supposed to be able to do this thing.
Mhm.
My body was created to do this thing. Everybody has been able to do this thing,
Mhm.
but for some reason I've been not been able to do this thing, and I'm the problem.
Yeah, and it's like, why? Why me? Because I'm a good person, I'm responsible at work. Like, why? Why is it us? We would be great parents. Like, why?
Where was the Lord in your journey at that time?
It was such a long time that it differed, where he was at. Sometimes he was at the root of it. At times he was not in the picture because I was frustrated, angry, gave up hope. Because it was a good like 7-year journey for us before we were able to experience parenthood. There was, let's see, maybe 4 years into trying where we did get pregnant, got pregnant.
What was that like?
It was amazing. It was a great feeling, finally seeing a positive pregnancy test. It was nerve-wracking. Um,
What was going on in your body? How did you know?
yeah, I think just realizing because I used to track on the app that I have, and then I think it gave me a reminder like, hey, you haven't, put your cycle in. I was like, oh, I didn't even think about it. I'm late. Okay. And then I waited a couple of days because you have so many negatives that you're scared to like even get your hopes up. So I waited.
Let's talk about that. Before the time when you learned that you actually were you taking pregnancy tests?
I probably took a break during right before, but yeah, all throughout, like consistently. And then I would take them sporadically. I will feel changes in my body, and I'm like, oh, I think I might be pregnant. Let me try to take a test this month just to see. Just any kind of feeling I had that was different. I'm like,
Yeah. All right. So you took a pregnancy test
mhm.
and it came back positive.
Came back positive.
Wow.
Yeah. So I believe Arthur wasn't at work. Emotional, crying, show him the test. He screamed when he gets home. He's screaming, jumping up and down. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. He's so excited. We wait till we go to the doctor, get blood work, see a heartbeat. We share with our family. Family is so excited, crying with us. And then one Sunday, was just kind of not feeling great,
Mhm.
feeling like just achy sore.
Mhm.
Started spotting a little bit.
Mhm.
Talked to my called the doctor. Like sometimes, that's normal. Just keep an eye on it. If it gets worse, let us know. Talked to a cousin of mine that I'm close with, who was pregnant at the same time.
Mhm.
And she was like confirming, like, yeah, sometimes it happens. She's at that time had through this is her
Mhm.
first child.
Mhm.
And she's like, yeah, sometimes it happens. I'm pretty sure it's fine. Just keep an eye, take it easy. I'm like, okay. Go to bed that night. Just the pain is getting worse.
Mhm.
Just like severe back pain.
Mhm.
Bleeding's getting a little heavier. So we go to the ER. They check me out, do a physical exam.
Mhm.
Everything looks good. They
Mhm.
couldn't do a ultrasound for some reason.
Mhm.
Everything looks good. Your service is closed.
Mhm.
I think you're great. Go home and
Mhm.
rest. Follow up with your OB. Ooh, okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Get up, go to the bathroom. And as I'm walking to the bathroom, I just have excruciating pain
Mm.
and pressure. And then just everything just came out. Like as I'm getting dressed to go home, and they tell me that everything's good.
They just told you everything was good.
hmm
Mhm.
And I miscarried and
Mm.
in the ER. Um, I don't
Can
want to
you
be
go there?
graphic.
We wanna go there, if
Yes.
you want to.
Yes. Yeah, it was traumatic.
Mhm.
Like I pretty much deliver like the baby in the sack
Mm.
in
How far along were you at that time?
11 weeks,
Mhm.
like 11 weeks in one day. So we called the doctor in and we're like, this just came out of me. What is this? The doctor is very cold, very just
Mm.
dismissive, sitting there annoyed. Like, I can't tell you what that is by looking at it. I can't confirm what that is by looking at it.
Was the doctor a male or female?
Female,
Female. That was a female,
female doctor.
and that was the way she treated you. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
yeah.
Okay.
Mind you, I'm a nurse at this hospital. They don't know that because I don't just say I work here, but
Mhm.
care was pretty horrible. So Arthur, he's upset. He's in the hallway because we had our light on for a while. No one came in.
Mhm.
Like my wife is bleeding. So he goes in the hallway. He's screaming, yelling. They call
Mhm.
security on us to see what's going on. And yeah, the doctor comes in, hand on her hip. I can't tell you what that is. We'll have to send to the lab to see. So we're just there, obviously upset, crying.
Mm.
And then we knew. I don't remember who like finally told us, yeah, it looks like you are miscarrying.
Mm.
We are just left there in the room to kind of pull ourselves together and
Mhm.
we go home and tell family. And they, we're just lost and confused
Mm.
because it's like, why?
Yeah.
Something that we just hoped for so long and we finally got it and then it's just gone. So after that, just things kind of changed a lot on how we grieved. And my husband, he was just very angry.
Mhm.
He was very angry
Can I ask, where were you with God at that time?
after.
After
hmm
you had lost what you had prayed and
hmm
was given, and your dream just fell through the cracks.
Yeah, I was angry for sure. More so just confused. Like I just didn't understand. So I don't know if I understand why.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I was more just really, really confused
Mhm.
as to why.
Mhm.
That's where I stayed in a state of confusion for a long time.
Mhm. So you lose your baby, and then what? Did you at some point get back on the journey to parenthood?
hmm
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. It took a while. I never stopped like praying.
Mhm.
Um, and not to make it about my husband, but he was so angry
Mhm.
that like I had to pray.
Had to pray.
I had to pray.
What was your prayer for him at that time?
My prayer for him was just for him to have some healing because he walked away for a little bit.
Mhm.
He was just done.
You walked away. What do
Mhm.
you mean?
From God. He was just angry.
Mhm.
He didn't believe
Mhm.
the God who he thought God to be at that time.
Mhm.
He lost hope in that because he couldn't understand that process.
Mhm.
Um, so I prayed a lot for him. It took a toll on our marriage. That was like, some deep dark times for both of us because we were grieving oppositely. Oppositely, I was trying to draw near, and he's like, "No, I'm
Mhm.
good,
Mhm. Mhm.
good. Oh God, I'm angry. I don't
Mhm.
want to."
What was that like for you too? Where I hear you saying you were trying to get closer
Hmm.
to the Lord in that time, but your husband was just he could, right? So he was distant.
Hmm.
There was a disconnect. How did that impact your marriage, your connection in your marriage?
Oh, it was a challenge for sure.
Mhm.
Um, because that's like one of the foundations of our marriage was our faith, and that was broken. We were on opposites. So it's like I'm trying to ask him, like, how are we gonna move forward in the future? Like when the Lord does bless us with children. If you're over here and I'm over here, we're not aligned
Mhm.
on our faith. Like,
Mhm.
how are we gonna get there? And he's like, well, I'm not gonna like he believes in God, but he's like, I'm gonna just teach our children to trust in yourself, like, because you
Mhm.
can't let yourself down. Like, that was his
Mhm.
mindset.
Mhm.
Like, if
Mhm.
this is how you feel we're gonna raise our children, I don't know that this is gonna work. So it was a rough patch. That was probably about a year.
Yeah.
Took a year
Mm.
for things to kinda get back on track
Mhm.
and some healing to take place.
Mm.
A lady from our church at the time just came to our house one day and just poured into us
Mhm.
and talked to us and really was able to like connect
Yeah.
with Arthur. And for me, like I couldn't pray with him, so I just had to pray for him. I would
Mhm.
go around the house with my oil.
Mhm.
When he was gone, I would anoint
Mhm.
his little game room, everything that he touched where he would sit. I would just pray and just
Mhm.
ask God to restore his faith.
Mhm.
With time, we were able to get back on track.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing that. It's just one of the realities when you're on the journey, um, especially when you believe, right? When you believe in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and you're married and you're trying, and you know, I don't know about you, but I think God gives children. That's my belief. We are vessels, but we don't create. God doesn't need us for the part of creating life, but for some reason we put that burden on ourselves, and society does also. But a year goes by, you all are doing some healing, and some shifts begin to take place.
Mhm.
So you start opening back up to the idea of children. Talk about that.
Yeah, so we start to get back in a line, not 100%, but pretty much about 90% align on just our faith, our
Mhm.
trust. We know some friends that were doing a grant, a couple, young couple that had infertility issues as well. They decided to use their story and their journey to help someone else. So they created a foundation called Sweet Dreams,
Mhm.
where they raised $10,000 to bless a couple to either contribute to IVF or adoption, if that's what they desire.
Wow.
And they hosted a 5K. It was a 5K run and fertility awareness.
Mhm.
So we did it year one to support. It doesn't cost to enter. You just kind of write your story. You have to
Mhm.
have a letter from your doctor to prove that you have issues in infertility.
Mhm.
So we do that year one to support. Great. They do it again year two. This time, you can't just write your entry application. You have to do a video of
Mhm.
yourselves talking about what this would mean to you. That was hard for me because I'm like, still not talking about it out loud. Like, our family and friends, close ones knows what's
Mhm.
going on, but more distant ones, they can kind of maybe suspect
Mhm.
that we're having issues because
Mhm.
we're like at that time you're 5, 6, still no kids.
Mm.
So I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. I don't want to put it on video, put it out there for people to see.
Did you have to post it somewhere?
No, we just had to turn it in, but
Okay.
I didn't know what they were gonna do
Okay.
with the video. If they were gonna post it or not. And because she's been through it, she's like, she thinks it's just part of the journey to talk about it. So
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
and just to open up and help, to talk about it out loud
Mhm.
and not be ashamed
Mhm.
of your journeys. We finally did it like towards the deadline. Like, let's just do this video. We submitted. Everyone who submits gets a chance. You know what I mean? It's not like they're gonna deny any application. And we do the 5K, and how it works is you can like the first entry is free, but you can buy more to like help sponsor the event.
Mhm.
I think $10 a ticket to get your name in there multiple times.
Mhm.
Where we were unaware that you could do that. You can have family sponsor tickets for you. Until we seen a family, they like had their family name, lots of people with them to do the 5K. They like throwing in like hundreds of tickets in there. And at the end of the 5K, it's just like a hamster wheel.
Mhm.
They roll it and then they pick someone to pick a name out.
Mhm.
Arthur and I, we have one name in there because we didn't know you can do multiple entries. Just our one little ticket
So
in
you
there.
had one ticket in there.
Yes,
How,
one ticket,
how many tickets were in this thing?
1,000.
And you all only put one in there.
One, we put one ticket in there. So we're sitting in the back in the corner. Me, my cousins, Davina and Devon, Art, we just chit chatting. Sharday and Arthur Brown. They pull our name out and we like, did they see our name? And we just don't know what to say. We like, what? So we won this grant for $10,000.
Mhm.
And then so we started the IVF
Mhm.
journey.
Mhm. Where did you all journey through IVF? Like which hospital, facility?
It's called RGI
Okay.
in Akron.
Okay. What does RGI stand for?
Reproductive gynecology and infertility.
Talk about that. Where did you all start?
With blood work,
What were they looking for in this blood work? Do you remember?
just hormone levels. There's a test. I don't remember what it's called, but it looks at your egg reserve. It's supposed to tell you the quality of your eggs, and they give you like a chart with what your number should be for your age that you are. And at that time, I was probably 32, 32, 33. My numbers were low for my age. So they were saying like, your quality of eggs are kind of poor. It was like an excellent, good, fair, poor, like poor, fair. But I was like second to last. So we start there. So that's like,
That wasn't helpful.
yeah.
Okay.
So that was like, oh man, okay. And we already know we have the sperm issue. That's not new. So we do the testing, we do ultrasounds to kind of get a baseline. And then they explain the process, how they give you medications.
What are these medications?
I don't remember the names of them because there's multiple. I know one is FSH, which is follicle stimulating hormone, which is supposed to help you produce multiple follicles from your ovaries so that they can grow big enough. We're doing that. Only one ovary is responding, the other one is not. I'm not getting good follicles because the follicles mature into eggs. So we pause the process. You're like, you're not responding well. You have endometriosis. We know that through ultrasounds. You have endometriosis, just kind of all throughout, and it's like on that ovary. So you take a break and have to do a surgery to just kind of clean up the endometriosis, which is
Yes.
endometriosis is like your lining from your uterus that grows outside of the uterus. So it can grow on your tubes, it can grow in your intestines, it can grow in your colon, which makes it hard to get pregnant. And it causes like just extreme discomfort during that time of your cycle. So I had a big endometrioma on one of my ovaries that was preventing that ovary from producing follicles.
How did they discover that?
Through ultrasound.
Okay.
And I was taking the medication, it just wasn't working. So we pause. I do a surgery to clean up the endometrioma because the endometriosis also can like stick your organs together.
Mhm.
And it can be very painful for a lot of women. So we have the surgery, goes well. I heal up, and then we restart again a couple months later.
Mm.
And this time, the medicine is responding a little better, but not like great as we would hope it to.
Mhm.
So we just finished going through the process. Um, I get, think, maybe 6 like follicles,
Mm.
which isn't a lot because some women get like 40, 50.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they pull them out. They take the sperm, insert them like it's called an embryologist, a person that like in the lab
Mhm.
takes the sperm, puts it into the egg
Mhm.
so it can fertilize and turn into embryo. Let it grow for a couple days, and then I think we ended with 2
Mm.
embryos.
Okay.
And then they grade the embryos on like the health of them. Like
Mhm.
the higher the number, the better.
Mhm.
One of them was like a 7,
Mhm.
which is good. The
Mhm.
other one was like a 3, which is like, that's probably not gonna work.
Mhm.
So we talked to the doctor because the next step is to put the embryos in your uterus and hope that it attaches and forms. And
At this time, did you think that it was all gonna work out?
I didn't know.
Mhm.
I was
You were
hopeful,
hopeful.
but according to like science, the odds were low.
Mhm.
Um, and because it's my first round of IVF, a lot of times it doesn't work.
Mhm.
And a lot of times, nowadays, they don't put more than 1
Mhm.
embryo in because there's a risk that it could multiply and into uh, twins or
Mhm.
triplets. So the doctor calls me. She's like, "Well, we have one good one. We have one not so good. I think we should just both put them
Mhm.
both in, and see what happens. Normally we wouldn't,
Mhm.
but we'll just see what happens." So we put the 2 embryos in, and then you have to wait like a week,
Mhm.
come in, get blood work,
Mhm.
and then they can call you over the phone and tell you if it was successful
Mhm.
or not.
So they have combined your eggs with your husband's sperm,
Mhm.
and you've already gone through the procedure of them putting them inside of your uterus.
Mhm.
All right, and you wait a week,
Mhm.
and then what happens?
We go in for blood work. They call you later that day. The nurse tells you over the phone.
When you went in to give your blood work, were you feeling any way?
Nervous.
Nervous?
Mhm.
Were you feeling anything in your body like, I think this
I
gonna be
was.
positive?
Yeah. No, I was feeling like I feel a little twinge. I ain't never felt this before.
Okay.
I was just trying to listen to everything,
Mhm.
to my body. They do tell you like to rest a couple days afterwards, just kind of take it easy.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, maybe what if? And a
Mhm.
lot of people, you can test at home and possibly get a test, but I'm
Mhm.
like, no, I'm not
Mhm.
doing that.
Mm.
So they call me. They're like, congratulations, it shows that you're pregnant.
Oh
And
my
I'm like,
goodness.
wow. Call my husband. He was at work. He's like, what they say? Tell him. He's like, I knew it. Like he had faith. Like his faith
Mhm.
was through the roof during this time.
Mhm.
And he like, I knew it. So we are excited,
Mhm.
celebrate,
Mhm.
and then you still have to get blood work like
Mhm.
a couple days later to make sure it's doubling,
Mhm.
to make sure it's still implanted. And the process was successful. It worked.
When you got the news that you were pregnant, did you have any fears?
I was just hoping that it wouldn't happen again. I was
Mhm.
like, we just got to make it through. You have a goal, like, let's get through the 12 weeks. That's when
Mhm.
they say,
Mhm. Mhm.
that you're typically in the safe zone.
Mhm.
So I was just hoping and praying and like, nervous, but still hopeful,
Mhm.
excited, scared, just all the mixed emotions.
Mm.
We make it to the 12 weeks. Everything's good. Everything's going as planned. So now I'm like, okay. I still didn't share. I mean, I showed my close family and
Mhm.
friends. All right, now we got to make it to 20 weeks
Mhm.
because that's like the next goal mark.
Mm.
We make it to 20 weeks, find out the gender. We have a little gender reveal.
Mhm.
By that time, a lot of family knows.
At about 20 weeks?
About 20
About
weeks, yeah.
20.
Like close family still knows. We're still not telling
Mhm.
a
Mhm.
lot of people.
But some people know, and
Mhm.
you're at 20 weeks, and it's longer than the last time,
Mhm.
and it's becoming more real. You recall what your feelings were?
Just grateful.
Mhm.
Just grateful. I still had a little worry
Mhm.
just because you hear tragic stories that happen throughout
Mhm.
pregnancy.
Mhm.
So that's like lingering just a small part in the back of my brain.
Mhm.
But For the most part, I'm just excited
Mhm.
and just going through the journey. So after 12 weeks, I felt like I could breathe, like, because
Mhm.
that's when you get the anatomy scan and you see that the baby is healthy, like
Mhm.
the heart, the lungs, everything's developing on track.
Mhm.
So like, so we finally just kind of tell everyone,
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
do like a Facebook announcement or
Mhm.
whatever,
Mhm.
and kind of be able to like breathe.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mhm. Mhm. So, at some point in my journey, I felt this feeling of emptiness because it's like I want to be a mom.
Mhm.
I feel like, or I believe that is a part of my life, and
Mhm.
I don't have children,
Mhm.
and so I feel this sense of emptiness because of it. Does that resonate for you at all?
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
What
Absolutely.
What was that like for you?
Just how you described it, just because you know and
Mhm.
believe that you're meant to be a mother.
Mhm.
And until it's there, it's hard. I mean, you can have the hope and the belief and the faith,
Mhm.
but until it's there, it's kind of still just like a feeling of not being complete.
When did that feeling go away for you?
I remember sitting on my couch in my living room. This is before we got pregnant. Because for me, my journey was like just my faith and believing and just standing true to that. And
Mhm.
then I had to make up in my mind that I'm going to choose to trust God
Mhm.
every day.
Mhm.
And I had to make that choice multiple times throughout the day when I'm
Mhm.
thinking about it because,
Mhm.
the doubt comes in and
Mhm.
then I will have to say, nope, I'm choosing to trust God. And like I said, multiple times throughout the day, I have to tell myself, this is a choice. We're trusting God. And I remember someone, I don't remember where it came from, but someone's had mentioned to me, like, you have to visualize, like, you need to just visualize and see this. This is what you want. This is what you believe is going to happen. Visualize it.
Mhm.
And I just couldn't for a while. I'm
Mhm.
like, it's what I want, but I just can't, I don't visualize it. And I remember sitting on my couch in my living room, and then the vision just came to me. Like, I felt it, and I seen, like, a baby, like, in my home.
Mhm.
And then I think after then, I was like, okay, like, I'm good, like, this is gonna happen.
Mhm.
When I don't know how to explain it any other way, but
But would you say that that's when that feeling of emptiness
yeah,
kind of just like dissipated?
yeah, I think
Like,
so. Because I was like, "Oh,
mm,
okay.
I love that.
Mhm.
I love that.
This is."
I think about another testimony, and she said the same thing. And she said basically that feeling of emptiness did not go away when she had the baby.
Mhm,
It went away before she had the baby.
mhm,
Do you believe your faith played a role in allowing that emptiness
mhm.
around motherhood, parenthood, um, to dissipate?
Like, thinking back, just, like, at that time, just total surrendering
Mhm.
to trusting God, even though, like I said, it was a choice for me throughout the day when I have doubts to just tell myself, like, we're trusting this process.
Mhm.
But I think in that moment, it was like, oh no, I didn't have to choose to trust anymore. Like
Mhm.
I did, and I
Mhm.
just surrendered it all, and I could see it, and I
Mhm.
envisioned it,
Mhm.
and it's like it's gonna happen.
Okay, so you're about to have a baby,
Yes.
right? And at that time, what was the time different from the start? Like from when you actually got off birth control and now you're about to have a baby for real.
Mm-hmm.
What was that time
It
gap?
was probably 6 years.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
6 years.
Oh.
Everything is going well, and you're in the hospital. Did you have your baby in the hospital?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, you're not. I don't know. Some some people they do them at
I
home,
would have
girl. They
loved
do.
to. I would have. My husband was like, no.
Okay, so you're in the hospital and you're getting ready to give birth. Talk
Mhm.
about that.
Yep. So baby was late, didn't come on his due date. We had to get an induction.
Mhm.
Um, it's probably a 16-hour process from start to finish before he came.
Mhm.
Um, and he came. I was able to deliver him
He you were able to deliver him naturally
naturally.
without a cesarean or anything like that.
Hmm
Okay.
I did get an epidural, but I
Mhm.
was able to deliver him vaginally.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I just remember when he came out, it was like just surreal. They laid him on my chest, they're cleaning him up, and I'm
Mhm.
just weepy,
Mhm. Mm.
just crying. The nurse is like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, can't even talk. The tears are just
Yeah.
flowing and
Yeah.
yeah, it was surreal,
Mhm.
surreal experience. Yeah.
Did it did it feel like God had kept his promise?
Mhm.
He did exactly what he said he was gonna do.
Mhm. Yep.
Mhm.
God did it.
Sometimes people or I hear this thing and they'll say like it was worth the journey.
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
like even the pain,
Mhm.
right? Even the pain and think about you losing a baby. Did that moment make up for
Yes,
just
I
the
would do
pain?
it all again. I would do
Mhm.
it all again. Yeah, because when they're here, it's like it's nothing you wouldn't do, you know what I mean, to have them.
Mhm.
So, yeah, if I had to go through it again to have medium, I would do it all again.
Yes, that's the name,
Yes.
okay? So they place your baby on your on your chest. How old is Medium today?
Medium is 6 years old,
6 years old, healthy boy.
healthy, full of energy,
Mhm.
character, everything, yes.
6 years later, I just love that. 6 years later, and you're living in the answered prayer, God's promises. Can you take any credit for your pregnancy and your birth of a healthy baby? Do you feel like you can take credit for any of that?
I don't. All the way from just winning the grant until delivery.
Mm.
I can't take credit because out of all the names that was in there and they chose our one little ticket,
Mhm. Mhm.
I can't take credit for that.
Mhm.
Yeah. And everything working like the chances of, according to the doctors, were slim
Mhm.
with only having one good embryo and
Mhm.
one not so good embryo.
Mhm.
I can't take credit for that.
Mm.
Doctors, they were a vessel, but they can't take credit for that 'cause
Mhm. Come
I have
on.
the hope.
Look, preach. Preach, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't take credit
Mhm.
for it. All I can say is that God helped me
Mhm.
prepare me for motherhood by allowing me to go through the journey and just strengthening my faith
Mhm.
in Him,
Mhm.
restoring my faith in Him and His ability.
What would you say to the person, the woman, the couple? They've been they've been on the journey and they're 6, 10, 12 years in.
Mhm.
What would you say to them?
I would say to anyone who's on this journey, I would encourage you to be a believer if you're not.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
Even though it's hard, I would say just try to embrace the journey
Mhm.
and take in w- what you're going through and what you're learning about yourself, about your spouse, about your faith. Um, if God said it, if you believe that God said it, then it will be. And just stand on that. Like our pastor says, you don't trust him or you're not.
I love it. I love it. I just thank you for being willing, open, vulnerable. And I just cannot wait for listeners to hear the rest of this beautiful story. Thank you so much, Sharday.
Of course. Thank you for having me.